Up to celebrate 75 years of independence, the very symbol of India, the Tiranga, is being maligned and insulted. While Congress mocked Cheen ka Tiranga, Mufti had fear-mongered about Bhagwa Jhanda. In the latest assaults coming in, SP chief Akhilesh Yadav has called it Danga ka Tiranga. Going one step further, MIM netas have said that we won't hoist the made in China Tirangas. While the nation takes pride in our tricolour, is it right to say that our symbol, that is the national flag, divides and does not unite? Listen in to the latest shockers.
ये जो तिरंगा फहराने का कार्यक्रम चल रहा है, वहीं मैं सावधान करना चाहता हूं, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी तिरंगा के साथ दंगा भी फैला सकती है। ये तिरंगा यात्रा के साथ साथ समाज में कहीं ऐसी घटना भी करा सकती है जिसमें समाज में दूरियां बन जाएं। तो ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लोग तिरंगा यात्रा तो इसलिए निकाल रहे हैं क्योंकि उनकी जो जिससे वो पार्टी निकली है उसने कभी तिरंगा नहीं लगाया।
चाइनीज निर्मित, चाइना से इंपोर्ट किए हुए, चाइनीज सामान से बनाए हुए तिरंगों को फहराने की बात कर रहे हैं। ये ठीक नहीं है। मैं तो अपने देश में निर्मित, अपने देश के लोगों के हाथों से बने हुए तिरंगे को अपने घर पे लगाऊंगा। और मैं आप सबसे भी गुजारिश करता हूं कि देश के बने हुए, देश में निर्मित तिरंगे को अपने घर पे लगाएं। चाइना के बने हुए किसी भी तरह के कोई तिरंगे को हाथ भी ना लगाएं।
Now, obviously, that's a comment that has sparked off sharp reactions for the BJP, but let's get right into the debate. With us is Sanju Verma, national spokesperson of the BJP. Kapish Srivastava, spokesperson of the SP, continues to be with us. And also with us is Lokesh Jindal of the Congress party. Let me start with Kapish Srivastava. Kapish ji, ये political differences हो सकते हैं. आप एक दूसरे राजनीतिक दल पे कह सकते हैं, आरोप लगा सकते हैं, लेकिन जब बीच में तिरंगा आ जाता है तो कहीं ना कहीं ये सवाल उठता है, आखिर दिस इज 75th ईयर ऑफ इंडियाज इंडिपेंडेंस। आजादी का अमृत महोत्सव जो प्रोग्राम है अनाउंस किया था कई दिन पहले, कई महीने पहले अनाउंस हो चुका है, और ऐसे में इस तरह की बयान की तिरंगा यात्रा के दौरान दंगे भड़काए जा सकते हैं, क्या यह अनुचित नहीं था? अपने आपको अनम्यूट करके बात करें। हाँ जी, कैरी ऑन। ओके, वी कैन हियर यू नाउ, कैरी ऑन सर।
जी जी, जिस तरीके से भारतीय जनता पार्टी और हम सारे लोग मिलकर के इस बार अमृतोत्सव मनाने जा रहे हैं, ये अमृतोत्सव भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने 53 साल तक अपने यहां नेशनल फ्लैग को नहीं फैलाया। जिनके ये हिस्सा हैं, इन्होंने इसे अधिनायकवाद का परिचायक बताया है। ये जो तिरंगा लेकर के नहीं चलते थे, ये तो एक रंगा लेकर चलते थे। आज इनकी मजबूरी है, वो एक अलग बात। हमने तो इसलिए कहा कि इतिहास इस बात का साक्षी है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने जब कासगंज में तिरंगा यात्रा निकाली थी तो तिरंगा यात्रा के साथ साथ उन्होंने कुछ ऐसे क्षेत्रों के अंदर कसीदे काटने की बात की और जिस पर दंगे भड़के थे। तिरंगे का कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, तिरंगा तो सभी के मन में है, लहराएगा। उसका अमृतोत्सव हो या ना हो, हमेशा लहराना चाहिए और लहराता ही रहेगा। भले भारतीय जनता पार्टी और राष्ट्रीय स्वयंसेवक संघ ने अपने कार्यालय पे 53 साल तक ना लगाया और 2001 से लगा रहे।
ओके, लेट्स गेट अ रिस्पांस फ्रॉम द बीजेपी ऑन दैट। संजू वर्मा, आपने जो पूर्व में घटनाएं देखी गई हैं उस आधार पे अखिलेश यादव हैज मेड दिस कमेंट। ही इज रेफरिंग टू द कासगंज इंसिडेंट वेयर देयर वाज अ तिरंगा यात्रा एंड देयर वर ऑफ कोर्स कम्युनल राइट्स दैट ब्रोक आउट। क्विक रिस्पांस फ्रॉम यू ऑन दैट।
Madhav, first and foremost, in 2018, a young man called Chandan Gupta was brutally murdered while carrying out the Tiranga rally. And I hope people who talk of Kasganj also need to mention that it was again radical Islamists who wreaked havoc in Kasganj in 2018. Now coming to the more important point, going back to 2018 is not going to solve the problem. We have to discuss what is happening right now. I think Har Ghar Tiranga is a celebration of 75 years of independence, and I think we should celebrate this solemn and festive occasion, cutting across political differences, political ideologies, what have you. Coming to RSS not hoisting the flag for 52 years, मैं एक बात कहना चाहती हूँ और बड़े ध्यान से आपके दर्शक और जो समाजवादी पार्टी के प्रवक्ता उनको सुनना चाहिए। The first ever flag to be hoisted in Dadar, Nagar and Haveli was by the RSS. In 1937, Veer Savarkar hoisted the tricolor in Pune. After the faithful session of the Congress in 1936, Keshav Baliram Hedgevar, also the founder of RSS, was one of the few persons to hoist the tricolor in Nagpur. These are not statements made by Sanju Verma. Please go and read RSS history written by public intellectual K.R. Malkani. Now, the most important point is this, Madhav, that the Congress now started playing politics based on two pillars. Shoot and scoot, victimhood. They said we were not invited for the Bhumi Pujan of Ram Janmabhoomi. Then they said we were not invited for the Constitution Day celebrations. Then they said we were not invited for the celebration of inauguration of the Lion emblem, which will come up on top of the new Parliament building. The point I'm trying to make is that you look at the manner in which opposition has been behaving for the last many years, particularly ever since the Modi government.
I want to stick to the issue of Tiranga. I just want to stick to the issue of Tiranga, and of course there are several comments in relation to Tiranga which have also come out in recent days, and that's why I want to take this across to the Congress spokesperson of the panel, Lokesh Jindal. Lokesh Jindal, look at the kind of responses that came. Cheen ka Tiranga, there are those who have said from the MIM that सिर्फ इस देश के तिरंगे को खरीदना चाहिए, चीन के तिरंगे को नहीं खरीदेंगे. The point is this, that isn't this, I mean, one can understand politics, but ultimately politics of the tricolor just appears to be in very poor taste. This is the 75th year of our independence, and look at the level of our political discourse. Lokesh Jindal.
See, when I'm talking about Tiranga, which was designed by Pingali Venkaiah, it stood for the ideals and philosophy of the nature of Indian state. The Khadi stood for Gandhian ideals, saffron stood for Bairag, white for truth, green for soil and its vegetation, and Ashok Chakra was for the law of Dharma. But this present government and its ideology interprets the flag on religious lines. They have also misinterpreted the national emblem. Now this national emblem, which was previously associated with welfare state, is now an authoritarian form of an expression. The point is, the objection is not with Tiranga Yatra. Tiranga is sacrosanct to every citizen. But the ideals and the values which the government aims at promoting along with the Tiranga Yatra is something which we need to look at. Is it looking at the Tiranga with the right ideal, with the Gandhian ideal? Now these are the murderers of Gandhi. How can you expect them to understand what is Satya?
One second. The first point that you made, and one second, Sanju Verma, one simple point that I want to comment on, and I'm going to let you respond to that. One simple point that opposition has been making is, yes, we respect the Tiranga, but don't force us to respect it in the way that you want us to. That is the point that they're making. Why are you forcing us to respect it in one particular way? We have our respect for the tricolor, we'll do it our own way. That's their argument. Your response, please.
Madhav, I heard you, Madhav, I heard you. You're repeating the entire story that was just spoken by Lokesh Jindal. We are not putting a gun to anyone's head and saying कि आप अपनी DP change करके तिरंगे की DP डालिए, आप mandatorily between 13th and 15th August आप तिरंगा लहराइए. It is a voluntary effort. If you don't want to do it, please don't participate in it. But don't question the Modi government. We want to celebrate it. I, as an honest practicing Indian, see no problem in hoisting the Tiranga. I have no problem changing my DP to Tiranga. I just want to say one thing. You spoke, Lokesh. Now let me complete. The main problem, Madhav, please now. I did not interrupt this guy. Lokesh, please.
Okay. Make your point. We have very limited time. Quickly make your point, please.
My simple point is this. पिछले 8 साल में लोकसभा 2014, लोकसभा 2019, and after getting 2 seats in Uttar Pradesh, विपक्ष की धज्जियां जनता ने उड़ा दी हैं और लोकतंत्र में जनता जनार्दन is the final arbiter of how electoral democracy works. जनता का जनादेश हमारे साथ है. आप बैठकर टीवी डिबेट पर रोना धोना कोसना. That is all you do. You want to reclaim your political legitimacy. You want to reclaim your political capital, but that will not happen for the next 100 years. If you keep this kind of divisive attitude, you will not win elections in the next 100 years. If you continue to play the politics of appeasement, if you continue to play a divisive politics, which is what Congress is doing. Take the National Herald.
Okay. Gentlemen and ladies, we're completely out of time. We're completely out of time on this debate. It's of course a shocker of a comment that has come in, and certainly of course one can only expect a political fight, and as 15th August approaches, one only hopes that saner tempers prevail, and these kind of comments, at least the ones that raise questions or bring Tiranga into the focus of political controversy, at least this comes to an end at a time when all Indians should be unitedly celebrating the 75th year of independence. But I'll have to leave it there for the moment. I'd like to thank all our guests, Sanju Verma, Kapil Srivastava, as well as Lokesh Jindal, for joining us this evening.
The News Hour, Special Edition.